Hey there, so today we have another review. This is Fathead's Headhunter. So you guys post in comments below if you're tired of this one, but this is one of my honorable mentions for the Mount Rushmore of IPAs. So I thought I'd re-review it. Fresh as hell, and the last one I did was against an older Fatheads. This is a month and a half fresh. So we're still getting product. So the day it stops, I will be disappointed, but until then, I will keep buying it because I will, keep getting ordered at work, and with Florida, I feel it's very fickle. Like there's just brands that I used to see, and I'm like, oh, super excited, and like no more. So keep drinking this guy, famous West Coast IPA. You guys have heard all the good stuff about it, and I'm just going to review it by itself. So beer comes in a wonderful kind of a medium gold color, a little bit of chill haze on that. Oh yeah, really nice. I mean, candy tangerines. Again, I always get this like really beautiful kind of like palm fruit, sweet pear candy kind of thing. But yeah, now I'm smelling like sweet citrus, almost like a highlight kind of thing. A little bit of light dankness, really complementing the nose. Light, kind of like a sweet malt character, a little like not like traditional like Celebration, but like a little bit of like biscuity malt and sugary, kind of like sugared cookie kind of thing. Cheers. So this beer is just dumb drinkable. This beer is dumb. Like, what the hell? It's got 7.5%. It drinks like the most delicious kind of like American Pale Ale, but like it's a full on almost double IPA. Big wave of hop character. It's clean, it's dry, it's refined. Oh my god, yeah. It hits with just like the nose. So where are we going on the first palate? Out front, big juicy characteristics, very fruity. Again, I'm getting huge citrus that I don't remember necessarily getting all the time. Before I was always calling like candy this, candy that. Now it's like but palm fruit, but here it's like citrus. It's like candy tangerines, mandarin oranges, big, just like sweet candied citrus character. Again, it's almost like I'm calling a highlight here, but the thing is with highlight, there's a little bit of crystal malt and like colors to that beer. This beer has just like bone dryness and the really thin, skinny malt character. A little bit of kind of like sugared breadiness and light biscuit malt character. A little bit of that sugar cookie thing I was talking about, and then wow. So I don't really notice this beer being that bitter. You know what? This beer, You know what? I'm thinking about like why this beer achieves so well is that it almost has this like lean and clean thing that the West Coast 2.0 beers have, which I probably should do a video about it. But the West Coast 2.0 beers, by the way, if you haven't seen them, they're almost like West Coast lagers. They're just like hoppy, intense, imperial West Coast lagers. Like there's just like no malt character to them. They're leaning so heavy on the dry hopping. The bitterness is almost devoid. Here you definitely get a good amount of bitterness. I would say it's like a nice balancing medium bitterness to medium plus, but it's really not that bitter of a beer. And then as you wait more, there's a fleshy fruit coming in. I almost get like papaya and like melon too, like almost like a honeydew character. The Mosaic can tend to do that, and that combined of like citrus sweetness up front. Nice complex beer, a little bit of floral element here, and then on the back end, there's a really beautiful kind of like light soily bitterness. I will say, as this beer ages, I've noticed like again, I've now been drinking this consistently. I don't even want to say how many cans and / cases, or probably not cases, but case of beer I've been through, as in like having one of the March batch, X amount of the March batch, X amount of the April batch, X amount. Now we're on the May batch. So I'm curious, like, what the June batch, if we get, I'm very familiar with this beer within the last 3 months of like, having this in my, or 4 months now they're having in the market. This batch fresh is really devoid of that kind of like soily, earthy tone that I've been getting from some of the other batches. This one's super citrus forward, super fruity, and a little less bitter from what I noticed. Because like again, there's that like soily tone that I was getting from some of these earlier batches that fits with like Pacific Northwest IPA and West Coast IPA. But this one's more lean and clean, a little bit more modern. Honestly, I wish I sort of had like a little bit of both worlds, with the soily kind of like intensive bitterness, and not that this beer is necessarily. I assume they're hitting the same like IBU like goals, but it just doesn't seem as soily and dank and brown and black in its like bitterness. It's really leaning on lean, clean, citrus, stone fruit, melon. Delectable. This beer is too drinkable, by the way. So, yeah, you're getting 100 plus 700. This is one of the GOAT beers out there. Like, it's just like this batch is fresh as hell. It's a month and a half fresh. And this may or may not be the best batch. I'm not quite sure. Maybe. Who knows? A GOAT of a beer. Jeez. So, I swore that the other half beer was going to be the best IPA of the year. This might probably take it because like this coming into Florida is just insane. It is a heady killer. It's a Pliny killer. It is an IPA killer. You put this up against any of your favorite IPAs fresh, and this is going to crush. Well, not kill all of them. Or, like it's up to your preference and all your palate. But one of the greatest IPAs ever produced. 100 plus out of 100. Insane. Like there's no IPA that you can find on the in my market is better. Sure, we'll take that. Ah, so good, so good. 100 plus out of 100. Cheers later.